Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I'm mega excited to have Geozuwa here with me. I am so happy to have you here. He's an ascended healer. He is a master hypnotist. He's a visionary, and you're going to see why. He's the author of The Other Side, Visit Now, and he's the organizer or one of the organizers for the American State National Assembly. And with that, I want to give you the opportunity to tell us more about your awesome self.
Oh, well, thank you for having me on your this is a podcast, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know, I'm not a tech guy. I don't know between YouTube, podcasts, and
Interview, podcast, webcast.
well, you're doing an amazing job so far, even though we
Oh,
just
thank you.
started. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Um, yeah, so I guess I'll just say a little bit about me because we're gonna get into the community that I'm building, the vision that I've had for many, many years. But so a little bit about me. I've been doing the metaphysical since I'm a child with no training. And when I say metaphysical, out of body, astral traveling, remote viewing, remote healing. Um, and now as an adult, through hypnosis, I'm able to teach others how to do the same things and have similar experiences. And in seeing a lot of my clients throughout the years, um, you find that over 90 something percent of the population, they don't have any coping skills. The biggest problems, it's really, most people are in their own way. And that's one of my passions, is to get people out of their own way. So, for example, I do a 2-day workshop, and well, I have people coming there suffering their entire lives with allergies, asthma, diabetes, incurable conditions. After the first day, completely gone, and it never comes back. I've had people that corrected vision. I had people that were completely blind that after the first day could see, had perfect vision, and 11 years later, they still have perfect vision. So I know how powerful your mind is. And so one of my things is, I mean, the expression, if I knew then what I know now, how things would be different, how your life would be different. Well, most people probably watching this never realized, or they learned, later on in life that, and still many people don't have the knowledge that everything is here and here. You can change anything like this. You can heal anything like this. So, um, all disease, all discomforts, they're real here and here. What the mind imagines, the body feels. What the mind imagines, the body realizes. So I want to give that to all children everywhere. I want to be able to break all the cycles of dysfunction and raise generation after generation of high vibrating, high frequency, super conscious beings. And so my vision is Anantha Village. And I don't know if you want me to share that.
Yes,
Do you have any
please.
questions before I share it?
No, let's go for it. This is
Okay.
what I want people to see. I'm just so excited about it. And tell everybody where this is located too, as
Um,
well.
well, the first one currently we're looking to close in Florida, Volusia County in Florida. It's 1,339 acres. So let me begin with the initial phases of my vision was to have a community of self-sufficient homesteads where I'd have highly qualified volunteers and light workers taking in foster children from the earliest ages, like babies, infants, toddlers, and then raising them with true love, true nurturing, true guidance, growing their own food, learning valuable life skills, and of course with our own schools in that community where every child will grow with super confidence, strength, and courage, valuable life skills, coping skills, critical thinking, logical thinking, creative thinking, learning hypnosis, energy work, meditation, martial arts, all from the earliest ages. Um, and that was the initial phase. And then, of course, it's grown a lot bigger, as you can see on the screen. But yeah. So and that, of course, if you have all of that information because I mean, I think most people know that today's school system, they really don't learn anything. They just learn how to be slaves and learn how to follow orders and
Well, it's
obey.
more than that. It's an
Yeah,
anxiety. They are there to create anxiety for the children with homework and stuff that doesn't matter. So
pain
it's
and
more,
suffering.
yeah, it's
Pain and suffering, because
yes.
again, if you look into the, the powers behind the powers, if you want to call them the dark forces or whatever, they feed off that anxiety, they feed off that pain and suffering,
Yep.
um, they feed off the dysfunction, and they broke up the family, so the children are in school all day instead of being out in the sun. They're in a classroom at a desk with horrible lighting and just learning nonsense. I mean, reading and writing is important, of course, and math, but for the most part, you can learn that what, all in an hour a day if you wanted to. The rest should be outdoors, growing food, building stuff, arts, being creative, really
Yep.
tapping into your creative self,
Yep.
meditating and learning the energy work from the early stages, all on your own pace. Um, but sharing that energy as you're growing your own gardens and growing your own food and really taking pride in that as well. So that is the initial phase of the vision into Anantha village.
Yes. That is just so beautiful. And also talk about how this is going to be independent, or the idea is to be independent from the government as well.
Oh, you want to get right into that?
Oh
Get
no,
into
I mean if you have more about, like, because you can explain if you want, that you're, what people are seeing right now too.
Yeah, I think I'll do that, because to get into that, well, for the most part, is for having people breaking their contract with the corporate United States, which is a foreign entity. It's a foreign corporation that people mistakenly and fraudulently contracted with, thinking that that's their true government. And so for the most part, we are going to have a community not only of like-minded people, of light workers and energy workers and higher vibrating people, but those that understand that as a US citizen, you're a slave, you're not free. So this is going to be a community where many of the men and women have broken the contracts with the corporate foreign entity and are truly living as we were intended under natural law, God's law, you know, we the people, true freedom. And and of course, if you have especially the children being raised with learning valuable life skills and with that confidence and knowing their self-worth and self-love from the very beginning, you're making tremendously different choices. You're treating everyone with respect. You're treating yourself with respect. So it's a community where no one's trying to get over on anyone else. And the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I mean, that's really the main law. The main law, like none of that other stuff that the codes and the statutes of the municipalities and the territorial and the corporate United States, the only law is do no harm and don't break contracts, stay in honor. Don't steal, don't hurt anyone. Um, so yes, I hope that did that answer your question about, how we're
Well,
not going to
yeah,
be.
I mean, I thought, yeah, it was just very simple. I think that you had mentioned that this was going to be like its own town. Therefore, we don't apply like the rules. We make our own rules. We don't have to.
Yes, it's a free and independent community, and it's basically the main law is do no harm and live in honor. Honor your
Yeah.
contracts, honor your agreements, um, and be kind to one another. That's basically it. But yeah, so to get the whole picture of it, like the whole community, it is a city in of itself. It's a whole community. Of course, there'll be farms there. We'll have apiaries, bees and honey.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
um, so maybe I'll talk about the whole community then,
Yeah, yeah.
because we're also going to look into, so with the water in this community, we're looking to not drill just to the watershed, but drill even deeper, way down to where the true living water is, with all the true minerals, and that'll be provided for the whole community. Besides rain collecting, but we're going to have and our own reservoir, but we're going to have alternative energy. We have all the technology. It's all there, from the ether, from the earth, from magnets, magnetism. I mean, it's all there. And it might seem complicated, but it really is pretty simple. And as soon as we start breaking ground, we're going to have those that know how to do it that are going to be involved with the energy for the community. So we're not locked in to the outside or
Yeah, that's
bound.
beautiful. So you're
Yeah.
going to be drinking fresh, clean water. You're going to
Yes.
be bathing in fresh, clean water.
Correct. And the other thing is, so we'll have plenty of miracle trees, which the seeds of those trees are natural purifiers as well. So even with rain collection and everything, we'll have their natural purifiers just with the moringa tree, with the seeds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So maybe I'll tell you a little bit more. So with the schools, which I already mentioned, it's also going to have all the trades possible, besides martial arts and music, arts and crafts, woodworking, carpentry, but also plumbing, electrical, you name it. Everything is going to be in there, and everyone in the community, not just the children, but everyone in the community will have an opportunity to learn in that school. We want to teach everyone how to fix things, how to solve problems. And of course, it'll be a big bartering as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. Besides having orchards, we're gonna have animals like alpaca, sheep and goats, camels, and why are you laughing? You,
Yeah, why do you need camels?
well, they're fun to ride. We're gonna have horses as well, but camels also have another utility. I mean, Um, we could also use the camel hair for clothing, because we're also going to have making everyone's going to be making their own clothes and uh different products, which I'll get to in a second. But like the wool and everything else from the sheep, the goats, the alpaca, which alpaca is hypoallergenic. Is
Yeah,
that the right way to
I
say
think
it?
so. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, I'm sure anyone watching this can correct it if it's not, right?
Yep, yep.
Do you have a lot of people correct things when you do interviews?
No.
Okay. Well, I have a couple of videos, and I happen to mention my hair on the video, so I got a lot of negative comments about my hair and that I should have been arrested because of my hair, but I'm okay. Thank God I'm not vain.
Your hair looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So another part of the community is we're going to have our own holistic hospital, but we're going to have our own holistic retreat resort spa. So everyone from the outside world will come to detox. We'll have lectures, workshops, trainings, every healing modality, med beds, frequency, you name it, everything's going to be there. Um, and everyone in the community will also have an opportunity. All our healers and so on will be working in the community as well. And by the way, when I'm doing this, I'm pointing to my other screen, even though you probably see it directly in front of you. I just wanted to make that so when I'm doing that, you understand. Thank you. Um, and everyone in the community who's working in the community will be paid handsomely for everything they do. And so the retreat, the resort, spa, holistic. Um, okay. And then we also have group homes, the condos, and the townhomes, where they'll have their own gardens as well, and they have an opportunity to work and heal in the community. But in those homes, we're going to have disabled veterans. We're going to have young adults aging out of the foster care system. And if anyone's familiar with the foster care system, by the time they're teenagers or young adults, I don't like to use the word hopeless, but a lot of them are pretty hopeless. They've been disappointed. They've in the system, their parents, family, then the foster families, and just the system itself. And a lot of them have so many mislearned behaviors and even entitlement and stuff like that. So they'll have an opportunity to learn and grow in the community. And those that do excel will have an opportunity to stay in the community once they reach adulthood and to have their own homesteads as well. So they'll have that opportunity to learn, grow, and heal and benefit. And of course, even if they go out into the world after that, they'll have a much better chance than those that are stuck in the system, because they'll learn a lot of valuable life skills as well while they're there. We'll also have a boot camp there. And they're going to have a much better chance to live a beautiful life. Oh, and which will be separated. It'll be a separated area, but we're also going to have group homes for um, human trafficking, sex trafficking victims, where our healers will work on them, but they'll have the opportunity in the community also to grow their own food and really be safe, protected, and have that time to heal.
Beautiful.
Um, yes, thank you. Okay, we'll also have our own factory and processing center in which we will be processing all the wool, hemp, bamboo, and we'll be making, of course, our own clothing, our own products, all textiles, furniture, everything that is needed for life is in the community. Okay. So then we can go around the pond, which is it's an Epcot styled villages around the pond, which would be not just the food of each culture, but the architecture for that culture as well. Like Italian, Greek, Mediterranean,
Yeah.
Japanese, Indian, Chinese, South American, African, and different areas, colonial America, different areas of Europe. So not just the cuisine, but also the architecture, and that's where we'll have entertainment. We'll also have our organic markets, because everything that's going to be in the markets are going to come from the community, from our farms, from our homesteads. Is everything okay with the screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to read the organic. It says organic restaurant shops,
Markets, cafes,
markets, cafes, and entertainment. Yeah,
and of
very
course,
nice.
bed and breakfast, inns, and stuff like that. Because I'm not sure if we're going to continue with it, but we also have a vineyard with a winery that's also connected to the village. We have it connected to the Italian portion of the village.
Okay.
And we also have the olive groves, and of course we'll have our own olive oil and stuff like that, which would be truly organic olive oil, which will have truly organic wine. Um, because in the United States, in order for something to be considered organic, what's required by the FDA?
Wow.
You just pay a fee. They don't even inspect most of the time. And then a lot of times you just have to have like a certain percentage of it has to be organic. It's all a scam. Most of it
Okay.
is all a scam, unless
Yeah.
you're doing it yourself and you truly know you're not um, using, their chemicals or hormones or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that, of course, horses. We'll have a cathedral, temple, tower. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns up to this point?
Yeah, I think you had mentioned something about how the part with the resort and the villages was what was going to support the money was going to come from that, from people coming in outside
Yeah,
of the village, coming into those areas, and then that is what is going to bring the money to
yeah.
support.
So the commercial front plus the resort will, so depending on investors and everything like that, we're going to have 50% of all of the profits from the commercial frontage, from the Epcot styled villages, from the retreat resort spa, from the sale of whatever we're selling, because we're also going to have the factory and the processing centers. 50% of the profits goes back into the community trust. So of course we're going to be paying for our own, sheriff or marshal, our own fire department, but everyone in the community, again, if you're working, you're getting paid handsomely for the work that you do. But on top of that, everyone will benefit from 50% of all of the profits that will go into the trust for our community. And
Beautiful.
of course, which would be used for expansion. which would be used for, building homesteads, because that's another thing. I'd like to offer those homesteads free and clear.
Wow.
And of course, we're also working on, there's many of us in our community that are working on accessing bonds and infinite banking, unlimited sources of money,
Yeah.
funds, whatever you want to
Right.
say.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like the debt instruments, but yeah, so that's what we're working on. And what do most people care about? What do they most people are working to do? Roof over your head, food, travel, travel to work and back. And now what if you have everything you need right there? Then you have
Yeah.
time to truly work on yourself, to learn and grow, to really know who you are. And especially, and that's what I love for the children growing through this community and the families that are raised. I want to end the cycles of dysfunction. I want to end the cycles of abuse. And this will give that opportunity for generation after generation, again, of highly functioning, super conscious, higher vibrating generations that have beautiful, pure love space. Each home is a paradise, heaven on earth.
Yeah.
That is my vision. So um, that's what I'm looking forward to. And I mean, you have that opportunity to really grow spiritually, energetically, as opposed to worrying about how you're going to make ends meet, or, this bill is due, that bill is due. Guess what? All the energy, everything in the community is basically free.
Yeah.
Energy, free home, you're growing your own food. Um, so to continue, we're also in the commercial front, we're also going to have a free daycare for low-income families that are outside of the community, outside of Anantha Village, that in order for their children to attend the free daycare, their parents have to do our once-a-week parenting courses. Now, in the daycare, they will also learn meditation, growing their own food, valuable life skills, coping skills, meditation, all of that. But the parents will be learning the same as well, um, which of course will go forward into the world and the outside community, growing in a much healthier, more positive way going forward. It's just, and of course, there'll be chickens and ducks and everything else that the children will be taken care of at the daycare. Okay,
Beautiful.
and there's a lot more in it, but I think that's enough of the total vision right now, I think. What do you
Yeah,
think?
no, definitely. Just a real quick question, because usually when we have intentional communities and communities that come together like this, usually my idea, at least, it's always like, oh, everybody helps with the garden and everybody eats from the garden. So in this case, are like, is the food that comes from the farm, is it free to the people that live there? Like if they're putting in the time and effort, and is it shareable?
Yes, so each homestead, so I started with having each homestead an acre to 3 acres. It depends, but then I went down to an acre, and possibly some areas will be half acre. But I do know that even in urban homesteads on a quarter acre of land with a house on it, they grow enough food for a family of six, and they still have enough produce left over to sell and make a couple of $100,000 a year. So each homestead is going to have their own gardens,
Okay,
their own
yes,
chickens and ducks if
absolutely.
they wanted to, their
Yep.
own apiary. But in the community, yes. So we're gonna have people that are going to be working in there and taking care of the farming and all of that as well. But yes, it's all shareable. And of
Okay.
course, one homestead might be better at growing potatoes than another homestead. One homestead might be better at growing, herbs than another, so um it's completely shareable. And it's again, there's no one looking to take advantage of anyone else. And
Yeah,
uh and there's not going to be any want for anything.
right.
But yes,
Yeah.
but there are questions like, well, one, we're going to have a very strict vetting process to get to be in the community. I think I told you earlier um, that we definitely don't want any sociopathic narcissists. So we are going to have a very strict vetting process. We want people with, pure intentions, that don't have like a hidden agenda that, or, if they're in the process of healing, we want them to be, start that healing process as we're doing the vetting process, because, you know, you can bring dysfunction in, but we want to limit that as much as possible, and we'll afford everyone that opportunity,
Yeah.
um, especially with the, the holistic, retreat spa with our classes, training. Um, so
Yeah. And it's also right next to the beach, by the way.
yes, it's like 15 minutes from the beach, and which is good because a lot of times what we're going to be doing, we'll have how I see it, we'll have buses going out, or carpools going out to the beach for sun gazing, which is very powerful for your third eye, your pineal gland, for your entire system. Because the truth is, we don't even really need food to be alive. We
That's
could just get
correct.
all of our sustenance from the sun,
Yes. Yes.
especially when you're doing it with intention and you're in a state of knowing. If you
Yes.
believe it, you expect it, you know it, that's all you need.
Yep.
And so one of my visions is having, every now and then going to the beach in the morning before sunrise, and as the sun's rising, we have our orchestra, we have our singers and our singing bowls, and we just have a whole group of the community and children just doing it all at once as we're staring at the sun as it's rising. I'm getting chills just talking about it, because it really is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I cannot wait till this is realized in this reality.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed. Um, okay. Do you want to just show real quick the other rendition, just so people can see how pretty it's going to look? Yeah.
It's a rough rendition.
Yeah.
The buildings aren't exactly how I want them or see them, and they're not all there. Um, This is all parking. The daycare's in there with the assembly building, some of the commercial buildings there, but this is where all the Epcot style will be. It doesn't show it there yet. You can't see over here, but that's where the factory and the processing, our animals are over there grazing. These are the schools. This is the community, and this is the homesteads, which I think she only shows, my architect engineer only put like, I think there's 60 here, but there's definitely room for 100 to 200 homes on the property.
Okay.
There's also a convention center here besides the holistic. Now, the architecture does not show how my vision is. Oh, this is the vineyard, but this is an idea of what it's, this is the
Yeah. Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm sure people are going to want to know um, how, if they wanted to be part of this or live there, like what would be the next step?
As of right now, to get involved, that would be great. If you have if you have skills that you could bring to the community, absolutely. I would love to close before the year is over, and we do have a an event coming up um, in Deltona, Volusia County, Florida, Super Conscious Holistic Expo, in which we will be highlighting and promoting ANANTHA Village. The theme for this expo is building ascended communities. It's $20 for a ticket. Every ticket you'll be put into a 50-50 raffle. You have a chance to win money, and there'll be some, free gifts and giveaways. But it's 9 to 9. It's going to be a beautiful event. We have a lot of lectures and workshops. We also have state national lectures and workshops, some panels. We have a lot of holistic modalities and therapists that'll be there, selling their products, promoting their services, but really promoting Anantha Village. And then, of course, and we'll have some entertainment. We'll have like fire dancers, we'll have drum circles. And then even though this event goes from 9 to 9, the Holistic Expo, from 6 to 10, which is right next door, we're also going to have um, dancing. We'll have a DJ with dancing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow, that's exciting. Yeah, and I'm gonna be in the panels too. So if you guys want to come see me, I'm gonna be there in some of those panels. So I would love to see you there. And where can they get the tickets? In
They
the
could,
website down there?
yeah, superconsciousexpo.com. Let me see if I could pull it up. Superconsciousexpo.com. Let's see. How do I
And
do
that's
this?
there. Oh, it's there.
Yeah. So you just go to get tickets now, you click on get tickets now, and you just put in the, how many tickets you want. Each ticket will be added into the prize pool, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
We'll have your
Ex-
email, then, we'll start the process of getting involved and being a part of the community.
Okay, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Um, Anything else that we might not have mentioned? Oh, who's going to be there? What other speakers are you going to have?
Oh, a lot. I just don't, off the top of my head, I don't know if, naming names, I don't know who knows who, but there will be a number of podcasters. There'll be people with med beds that have pretty big followings. I'm gonna probably do not that I'm gonna do at least one lecture on lucid dream control. I'll probably have a booth there promoting my healing workshops as well. We'll have some permaculture, um, big names in the permaculture movement. So, yeah, we'll have a number of people. And I think my web designer is working on putting everything on it now, so that she's working on putting the speakers and the panels up now. So.
Yeah, yeah. But I know you're working on some big names, and so definitely want people to check that out. Um, is there anything else that you can think of? I want to make sure we don't miss anything.
I don't know. What might we be missing?
I don't know.
But I would love to
I,
be with my soulmate.
huh?
I would love to be with my soulmate. Is that what
Oh,
is it about me or about what? I don't know. You're the interviewer. You tell me.
it's about the expo or the Anantha Village. If there's anything else that people need to know, do you have a website for Anantha Village, by the way? Oh, there it is,
Yeah.
ananthavillage.org. Okay,
Well,
perfect.
I don't know if the .org is up and running. But I know the .com was what she was working on. Let me see.
Okay,
Let me see where I have it. Let's see. ANANTHAvillage.org. Nope. So go to ANANTHAvillage.com. Okay. A lot of the information is not on there yet, but yeah. So we do have,
something.
yeah, we
Okay,
have something. She's working on a lot of the sites right now. So,
okay, beautiful. Okay, so if you would want to stop sharing for me so I can um bring everything together.
okay. Let's see. How do I stop?
So there we go. Perfect. So I just want to not only thank you for being here today, but I want to thank you for doing the next step that most people don't make, right? Which is, I always wanted to be in a community like that, but I never took the step to get there, to create the energy behind it, to make it happen. It was just a dream, right? And it takes someone like you to take it further. And I know that this is our future. I know this is how we heal humanity, is one community at a time. And so I feel like this definitely could be, one of those that gets replicated, as we go. So it's just very exciting, and I'm just again grateful that you decided to take that step and make it more than just a dream.
Well, thank you. And now you're definitely a part of it. So no going
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Well, you're all in now.
I'm all in. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Okay. But no, definitely, just really thank you very much, and thank you for your time. And by the way, people, there are two videos out there of Yeshua um, not getting away from the cops, but being able to, he got stopped by the police and he was able to be released. I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, he got away with not getting a ticket or anything like that just by using the state national process or wording or whatever you want to call it. So, definitely check those videos out on oh yeah, tell everybody how they can get to you, your personal website.
I am at ascendedhealer.com.
Okay,
Not
send
a
it here.
dynamic site yet. I hopefully after my web designer does everything with Anantha Village and the expo sites, she could work on my sites. Oh,
Okay.
I'm
And
sharing
what's
it.
your and what's your YouTube?
AscendedHealer.com.
Ascendedhealer.com. And what's your YouTube channel?
You know what? I don't know. It's probably my name. I'm the only one with my name. I'm
Okay,
gonna.
so as you guys see it spelled here on Zoom, the Geozuwa.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
feel free
So
to follow me on Instagram, Facebook.
yeah,
It's Joshua C. Or yeah, it's Joshua. You'll find me.
yeah,
And American State
absolutely.
National Flag on the last two videos.
Yeah, very, very good videos, guys. You don't want to miss it.
And
So
when you're done with this interview and you're done, I can also put it on my channel.
yeah, of course.
Okay. I don't know how
Yeah,
it works.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, everybody. Please share. Please share. We do want this to be a success, because it is for the children, it is for humanity, it is for the future of all of us. And so we would be so very grateful if you share and get the word out. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. If you
Thank
have
you
any
very much.
questions, yeah, you're welcome. And if you guys have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out and put, on the comments, and I'll get him back to Joshua. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take
Pure
care.
love. Thank you very much.
Yes. Bye bye.